the liquid of life. We all need it to survive. Water, choose water first, water. We all know it is precious, should be enjoyed by all of us. Talking about water, choose water first, water.
We're back at the Bridgetown Sewage Plant on this edition of Water Wednesdays to talk a bit more about the upgrades coming for the plant and what it will mean not only for the Barbados Water Authority and its customers on the domestic and commercial side, but what it will mean for a number of other sectors here in Barbados. We've been talking to project engineer and project manager in the project management office, Shelley Paris, about some of the implications and positive impacts of the project.
So this upgrade here speaks to upgrading the plant from the current secondary level to tertiary level, which means that it can be available to, as I said, recharge our aquifers. And we will also look at delivering it through a new 9-kilometer treated wastewater pipeline that will leave the Bridgetown plant and travel up to the Bell Niels plantation area.
And in terms of assisting the farming community, what kind of feedback are you getting from the agricultural sector?
Well, they're generally happy that we can now provide a source of supply during the most challenging period of the year, which is during the less rainfall and harsher temperatures. So they are generally happy. But as a part of this design process and preparation for the installation works and upgrade works, we have to have detailed consultations both with the public and with our specific stakeholders across the board. So the agricultural sector is, as you can imagine, very high on the list, or entities such as the Ministry of Agriculture, the former BADMC, the Barbados Agricultural Society. There are a number of entities that we really do have to get into more detailed conversations with as to how we can go about improving their livelihoods and the economy that surrounds this new source of supply that's available.
The Green Climate Fund is supporting this BWA project through the 5Cs, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center. 5C's National Coordinator, Dr. Elon Cadogan, gives some perspective to the critical nature of this initiative.
So the mandate of the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, or 5Cs, is to coordinate the region's response to climate adaptation and mitigation, right? Obviously due to the negative impacts of climate change. So in doing this, what we're basically doing for Barbados, through the GCF, which is the Green Climate Fund, as you know, the 80 million Barbados dollars was given as a grant from the GCF for the climate rationale that was proposed by Barbados. So through this climate rationale, as you know, the climate is changing. These funds were made available for Barbados to upgrade from the secondary treatment process to the tertiary process to ensure that, again, we have some additional water and that the water that we use isn't wasted just going out to sea. There is a chance to utilize that water again, as you mentioned before, the reclaimed water. So we're hoping that we can actually do this in a very safe way to ensure the public health and safety is the number one and paramount thing that we're focusing on in this process.
Once we finished other groundwater modeling studies under other projects that we have going, we can now see if we can expand what we have in terms of withdrawing from the aquifers. And we having studied them in more detail, the Bell Aquifer is one of our most important aquifers. It feeds over 23% of the population, and this is where the treated wastewater from this plant will be going directly. The other projects we have on stream, we will then be redirecting that available source to aquifers in other locations to the south and eastern side of the island to facilitate agriculture in that general St. George Valley into St. Philip corridor. So there are a number of areas that we're looking at, and in the far-reaching term, one of our visions is to also eventually to be able to take this water to the St. Lucie Agricultural and St. Peter Agricultural districts as well as looking at other aquifers in that area in our overall groundwater modeling studies that we're doing.
And just a reminder, these upgrades are slated to take about 3 years down to 2027, and we will take you along that journey with us right here on Water Wednesdays. To view this or a previous episode again, please visit our website, www.barbadoswaterauthority.com. You can go to our socials on Facebook and Instagram for additional information and content, and please subscribe to our Water Wednesdays channel on YouTube. You can find us there.